Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Green Zero here with another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. That's right. And first of all, before we get into this, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. If you have not seen the streams already, or if you have not watched the videos, by the way, we're casting every single game. They're being uploaded like right now as well. Okay, they'll be fed slowly over the next couple of days, as obviously it takes us a while to upload those. But you can check out the streams now. They're all saved. Just about every single game was streamed live. Okay, and we're going to have every game casted as well. So if you do not want to see who wins, who ends up where, what happens, you want to watch the games, because I can tell you right now, you're probably going to want to watch those streams and those games, because it was damn intense. But again, we've got all the results here. So if you don't want to know who wins, then you better stop watching this video right now. But here we go. We're going to get into it now. So we had the tournament this morning, basically, because the results, they come out super quick. Like normal, we bring the results out basically straight away for you guys. So we're going to go over the results and see what happened here. But anyway, let's get down to it. Obviously, 1800 GMT, we had the top 8 players rock up. Okay, this is your video review here. And we had the casters, Cybit and Spartacus, with full rights to that one there. And of course, I joined them on the streams when I could as well. So that was great. Again, cash prizes are announced at the conclusion of the tournament, so stay tuned for those. But nonetheless, you guys probably want to see how the results go. And first of all, this was an amazing success. We hit, I think, more than 500 viewers between our streams. It was crazy. I think we got up to 550, which blows away the previous 2 weeks worth there. We're only about 400 in the previous 2 weeks each week, but we got to about 550, and it's going to be even bigger and better. But basically, due to fatigue, our grand finalists decided to postpone it 1 day. So you haven't missed the grand finals yet. They will be live casted, they will be VODed, and we're going to have Cybit and myself doing that as a dual commentary. That's great. So I kind of just gave away a little bit how that tournament's going to go down, because obviously I'm not in it. But you guys want to see that? That's going to be at 1800 GMT on April 14th, which is going to be basically later on today, depending on your time zone. Well, it's later on today for me. I don't know about anyone else. Maybe if you're in America, it's probably tomorrow. But nonetheless, we're going to have the grand final series, and we're going to come down and we're going to check out the results for you. But amazing turnout. Well done. Thank you to all the casters, Cybit, Spartacus, all the other guys as well. Thank you to CGF for the patch, of course, and Predator for the cool, awesome maps. Another map pack is coming out soon, so that's going to be intense. Thank you to Cabal. I couldn't have done this without you, buddy. Basically, you kept the tournament rolling while I was actually participating in it, so you kept it going, man. We couldn't have done it without you. And we really appreciate that there. Cannot stress enough how much of a help Cabal has been. He's been sacrificing a lot of his time to help us out on this tournament. And to all the other tournament organisers, Bike Rush, for raising up a lot of the cash prize there as well. So a lot of community members having a significant input into this community tournament. And well done to the community for being very well behaved, good sportsmanship, and the community, they're all just banding together and just going, hell yeah, it was so good. But we're going to jump into the results. Those are coming up right now. Okay guys, here we go with the results of the top 8. You're like, yes, results time. And you probably just fast forwarded this bit here, but we're going to go through the qualifying and the elimination finals. You can see them right there. First qualifying finals, myself and State of the Union. Unfortunately, I was not too happy with how that went down. Got to the end of those 3 games, basically with what I felt would be a win in hand, but State just like, no, I don't think so. Made some very last second decisions that turned a few of those, basically all the games around, and got himself a win. So well done there. Was not happy with how they turned out, but I have to suck it up. State of the Union coming through and winning where it matters. So he 3-0'd me again. Oh no, but he got himself through to the preliminaries, and that's basically how that went down. Pretty open and shut case there, to be honest. But if we jump down to Master Leaf and Excess Illusion here, this was the first elimination file, and Excess Illusion, he tried very, very hard indeed, but unfortunately, he just couldn't tip that leaf, that super leaf there. Master Cheap managed to 3-2 him, so it went all the way to 5 games there. That was pretty intense, especially when you get to that last game and it's both like, well, whoever wins this game is going to stay in the tournament. That would have been really on edge. You can catch the VODs, catch the streams of that one there. Pretty intense, but we're going to jump down to the other elimination file, and look at that. Did Unleash UA just 3-0 Technique? Technique, I heard like stories that he was fretting about Unleashed all week. And I'm like, really? Technique scared of Unleashed? And he was fretting about him. And they got into the games, and you know, Technique played really well, but Unleashed just played better. And he 3-0'd him. Good games there as well. You want to check him out. Unleashed played amazing. I can't believe it. That's a series you're not going to want to miss. So Technique got knocked out. And I think he's going to be finishing in 8th position in this tournament, which I don't think anyone saw that coming. We'll have to see how the stats pan out, see if maybe he gets 7th, but it's not looking good for Tech. Unfortunately, he can't be too impressed with that finish there. But of course, he's essentially the greatest Kane's Wrath player of all time in the World Championships. Going to go out in 7th or 8th. So, I mean, it's a big effort to get here, but you're expecting him to make top 4. Unfortunately for Tech there. Okay, I should probably stop dwelling on that great game series there. Well done to Unleashed. Very, very well done to Unleashed. And if we jump down to the quarterfinals there, or the qualifying finals, qualifying final B, Bike Rush owns 3-zip bonus route, very open and shut. Bonus route, he's going to win a few of those games, but he just, Bike Rush did the I'm going to recover regardless of how much Tiberium I have kind of moves there, and bonus route was just like, couldn't finish him, couldn't close the door, and he got 3-0'd. I really don't have too much to say about that one there. I haven't actually watched the series yet. Again, try to watch as much streaming as I could, and now I'm casting as well. I'm in the process of casting, as of this video, casting as much as possible, as quickly as possible, so I've got stuff rendering right now. But Bike Rush 3-0ing bonus route there, so that is unfortunate for bonus route. And now we're going to move on to the semi-finals. Okay guys, here we have the semi-final number 1. Obviously, everyone was looking forward to this. They're like, I hope Green Zero loses to State, which somehow I did. Oh no, and I was like, in with Leaf, and I'm like, really? I've seen Leaf play in this tournament, and he is playing damn good. Like, I'll have to give that to him, and I was so worried about getting Travel-aimed. And of course, I did have to face his Traveler. It was actually turned out pretty good. It was pretty even games. But unfortunately, right at the end of it, Leaf just had the attrition and just managed to finish me off. A couple of Conyard caps really crippled me. I hate that so much. But I did manage to actually come through one of those games with a victory there. So it was 1-3, didn't get whitewashed. But unfortunately, didn't have the attrition to finish Leaf off. Managed to come through and win that series there. So that knocked me out of the tournament. I'm going to finish either 5th or 6th, depending on how it goes. But we'll see how that goes later on. But Master Leaf proceeds to the other preliminary final, be jumping across the other side of the brackets, and we'll jump down to the other semi-final to see who plays. Of course, Master Leaf will play Bike Rush, because that's basically where Bike Rush is going to be. So that's intense. But we'll get to that one in a minute. We'll go to the other semi-final. We have Unleashed, UA, and Bonus Roo. And Bonus Roo, like myself, even though we finished first, we both got knocked straight out. Bam, straight into the semi-finals, and bam, straight out again. So Unleashed, 3-2 Bonus Roo. So some pretty close semi-finals all around, to be honest. And I do hear that the last game of Bonus Roo and Unleashed was actually quite long. Okay, so it really got tense, because remember, this is best of 5, and they would have been sweating at the end of that series. Like, literally, whoever wins the last game, like, those are really intense when you go to the final game. It's just crazy, and that will definitely be casted there. Stay tuned to my channel, of course. Hopefully, if you haven't seen these, you're just not skipping to these results and actually watching in game, because seriously, watching the streams and having all the atmosphere there and everything was crazy good. And I think people loved it, and that was one of the reasons. So we'll have to see how those games turn out. I will be casting those ones. But Unleashed stays alive in the tournament, so Master Leaf and Unleashed actually progress through the preliminaries. Tough path for them, but they're getting there, and they're getting a shot at a cash prize now. So Bonus Roo, unfortunately, is bowing out of the tournament. He'll finish in either 4th or 5th, depending on how the figures end up. Or sorry, 5th or 6th. But again, that is your semi-final series. 2 more players gone. We're down to the top 4, and we're moving on to the preliminaries now momentarily. Okay, guys, and here is the preliminary finals. These were best of 7s. And straight away, you can see there's a DQ in there. Oh, that wasn't good at all. State of the Union, unfortunately, had to leave. He basically tapped out after our game and left, and he left a pretty big hole in the tournament. So organisers were basically like, hey, look, rules state that he's gone, he can't be replaced. Okay, a lot of people were jumping up and down, because for a minute there they thought that I was going to put myself back in. That was never the case. Okay, I quickly silenced that by saying no, there's no replacements, and that's not going to happen. I then perhaps suggested maybe myself on Bonus Roo fight it out for a position in the 3rd place playoff, because otherwise there would be no 3rd place playoff. But the community was split on that, so I just decided, nah, let's scrap it and get rid of that as well, and just keep going. So Unleashed was gifted into the grand final here, but you can't say he didn't earn it. I mean, he played Technique and Bonus Roo, and he 3-0'd Technique. He earned his spot in that grand final. He played hard, and he's played a lot of difficult opponents in this tournament as well, like the players that he's had to face and to come through. And Unleashed is in the grand final. He's in the grand final of the World Championship Series, and I didn't think anyone saw that happening. But that was crazy good from Unleashed. Again, has very well earned his spot in the grand final. And we're going to whip down to the other preliminary as well, Master Leaf versus Bike Rush Owns, and you can see there, huge series. I was live streaming this with Cybit, and we hit the roof. It was unbelievable, these games. The clutch endings in these games was insane. We were literally like screaming into the mics at Master Leaf and Bike Rush, and the decisions made in those games, and you will not believe this series if everything just panned out in such a way that we were just like mind blown. You have to watch the stream. Don't even worry about watching my VODs because I'm going to cast it. Watch them if you want. I am going to cast it. But watch the stream. Watch Cybit's stream. That gets crazy there. They're like the fact that we're talking live and we're just deliberating, and when it ends up at the end, we just lost our, like, you should see the last game. It was crazy. The games in between as well was intense. It was really intense. Master Leaf falling victim to some classic Bike Rush, but then Master Leaf just all of a sudden just turned around and said, nah, that's it, screw this, and balls to the wall, and he just read Bike like a book later on in the series and managed to close out. We just lost it again. Insane series. You cannot miss that. Watch the stream, then watch my VOD later on if you really want to, but you got to watch the stream for that one there. Master Leaf knocks out Bike Rush. That means Bike Rush gets third prize, which is $50. So because he's got no one to play in the third place playoff, he automatically gets third place. And Master Leaf will be he'll be moving on to the grand final. So look at that, Master Leaf and Unleashed UA into the grand final of the Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath World Championships Tournament 2014. The winner takes home $700 and the loser gets $150. So even if they lose, the guaranteed $150. Best of 9 series. First match is on Twilight City, and that's a sick Blue Zone map. That is an awesome Blue Zone map. Can't wait to see this. Now, this is interesting because out of all the players, these are the two Trail of 59. The two Scrim players actually made it through to the grand final. There's no black hand here. In fact, there was no black hand once Bike Rush got knocked out. In fact, once Technique got knocked out, Bike Rush was the only black hand player left in the tournament. Bonus is a Nod player. So who would have thought the Scrim players would have made it to the grand final? But of course, with both players having access to 2 strike rules, the chances of being all Scrim mirrors is not possible. We're going to see a lot of GDIs, I think, and maybe some Nod backups in this the grand final series, but it's best of 9, so they're going to get the opportunity to play their faction a little bit, or at least a decent amount, maybe a majority, but they're going to have to play mess it around. The strike rule again has just worked like a charm. It's just produced the most diverse type of gameplay in the tournament, forcing people to evolve and adapt, and at the same time while remaining extremely well balanced, letting you play your faction while slightly moving it towards your opponent when they're down, and it's just helped to make a fantastic series out of this one here. So you can see there, Master Leaf and Unleashed just coming from those elimination finals and just pushed all the way through the grand final. Well done to Unleashed. I can't congratulate him enough for making this grand final. He's not a player. Like he makes it to final series in tournaments, not necessarily the grand final, but he doesn't have the consistency to follow through all the way. And he has won some tournaments in the past, and he definitely is the most active of these players and the most popular. And Master Leaf, of course, really, we actually spoke on Skype after this game, and that's never happened before. In fact, I've never spoke to Cybit either. So there's 2 firsts for you, but we actually were on Skype together, and I congratulated him there, and because obviously if you watched the stream the whole time, we were going for Master Leaf. And everyone's like, oh, I smack talk him a bit. I do smack talk him, you know, because he does do cheap travel lane, but in this series he just played crazy and he didn't really even travel lane at all. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. And we're gonna have to go back and pick apart those games. But talk to him on Skype and just like, you know, holy crap, that was amazing. And of course, after playing 16 or 17 games in a row, Master Leaf was very heavily fatigued, and after that series you can't blame him for wanting to hold off, because he was basically he couldn't handle it. He had to get up and leave. And so we have rescheduled for later on today, 1800 GMT, April 14th, 2014. We'll have the Grand Final Series Best of 9 live stream with myself and Cybit. Spartacus unfortunately has to work, but I'm sure everyone will be reading VODs from it as well. So don't forget to be there at 1800 GMT. This is going to be insane. The Grand Final of the Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath World Championship. Unleashed UA from the Ukraine versus Master Leaf 5 from the United Kingdom. Travel 59 players. This is going to be intense. Can't wait for the strike rules to be in effect. Can't wait to see which factions they do choose aside from their travel players when they have to. But my name is Green Zero. That's your top 8. That's your top 2. That's your grand final series coming up tonight. Stay tuned to my channel, Green Zero. Stay tuned to Cybet. Stay tuned to Spartacus. And stay tuned, of course, to Kane's Wrath Online for all the information. The World Championships wrapping up tomorrow night. It's all going to be over. Prizes are going to be announced. If you're going to be a random prize winner, you're going to want to be there as well because we'll be contacting you to pay out your random prize. But anyway, I'm Green Zero. Stay tuned to Kane's Wrath Online, and I'll see you all at the grand final of the World Championships Tournament 2014.